So in today's commute to work, the lesson is going to be how to maintain a 3-second following distance. So I'm leaving Peoria, going to Mesa, and honestly, at this time, with traffic, if you go the speed limit, you're pretty much guaranteed to maintain a 3-second following distance from cars in front of you. Unfortunately, that's because they're all going faster than the speed limit. But we'll review everything you need to do to maintain that safe following distance, minimum of 3 seconds. Tomorrow we might get some rain, so if it's raining, you want to increase your following distance and reduce your speed anyways because of the weather conditions. So keeping a safe following distance actually begins at the light. So right here, you got a green light. Allow the car in front of you to start going, and then accelerate slowly, and then increase your speed as you have your 3-second following distance. If for any reason that car had a brake, you've already established from the very beginning a safe following distance, and then just continue to monitor that. So here on Cactus, the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. So again, use a reference point, that line 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So I have 3-second following distance, and now obviously it's increased. And again, as cars go in and out of your lane, just continue to reestablish your safe following distance. Just like the shadow of the car in one of the hatch marks, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 3.5 second following distance there. If cars are turning, continue to maintain a safe distance. Sometimes students will pull up too close to a car that's turning, but if that car turns, and if they've seen it happen before, they might have to slam on their brakes. A pedestrian, a bicyclist is crossing in front of them, and now you've lost your safe following distance, and you haven't been able to check to see if it's safe to move over to the other lane. So that can just be dangerous. So always maintain a safe following distance, even if the car in front of you is turning. And again, you just continue to monitor it. Maintain a speed limit 40. Always scanning ahead, red light, prepare to slow down. I had a parent sign up their daughter for an additional lesson, even though she had already gotten her license. And he just wanted her to get some more instruction. So what I noticed when I was driving with her is that as she approached the red light to make a right turn, or as she approached an intersection, and she would come on it up really fast, and she'd always brake it and slow down and stop. But the advice I gave her was, being a passenger in your car, and I can imagine your father is very uneasy. So help them feel comfortable by braking sooner, right? Like example, green light up ahead, you might change. So don't speed up to the intersection and brake. Don't come out from a side street all the way to the street. If there's a stop sign, brake. Allow your passenger to feel that you're braking, and that way it'll give them more peace of mind or riding along You know you're gonna brake, but they don't. So in case your parents or your passengers are gripping their seat, just give them that peace of mind. Start the brake early, let them see and feel the car slowing down, and then just coast up to your stop. Scanning ahead, we got a red light, the car's braking, the speed limit's 40. So again, slow down sooner as opposed to later. And that way traffic behind you, if they're not paying attention, they're going to see you slow down. You still have a safe buffer in front of you to slow down. And now you're just coasting and just come up to your stop. And it's nice and smooth. You don't have to slam on the brake at the end. Your passengers aren't jolting. And you want to be able to see both tires of the car in front of you. Continue to be attentive at red lights. You want to be monitoring your mirrors, checking for motorcycles coming down the lanes, which they are legally allowed to do in Arizona, and also for pedestrians and bicyclists, right? Continue to stay aware of your surroundings. Again, the focus for today's drive is maintaining a safe following distance. So as the light turns green, don't be quick to accelerate. You want to accelerate, obviously you don't want people honking at you. But again, notice the truck in front of me. I'm going to allow him to start moving, and I'm going to gradually pull forward so that I've already established a safe following distance. Now I just match his speed, 1,000, 1,000. So I'm a little short of 3 seconds, so I just allow him to increase his speed a little more. I use his shadow, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. There, I established a safe following distance. And then he's braking, so I want to make sure I brake and maintain a safe following distance. Also allow the car behind me to see that I'm braking. And there, and there. Now we can proceed. The car in front of me turns to the right. And once again, you just reestablish your safe following distance. And at the same time, you're not just focusing on one thing. As a new driver, that sometimes is the critical factor. You'll focus too much on one thing, and you do that really well, but there's other things that you have to continue to monitor as you drive. Your speed at 43 to 40, so you're able to then reduce it back down. And again, by doing that, you go at 40, look at the truck ahead of us. Now we have ample following distance, and we're going to avoid any rear-end collision because we have plenty of room to stop. So again, great benefits and always maintain a safe following distance. You'll be able to follow the speed limit and maintain a safe following distance and arrive safely to your destination. Again, brake soon enough. You know the light is green. Allow these cars to move forward, keeping that following distance safe. And once they're getting up to speed, continue to increase your speed. Now here, speed limit increases to 45, so don't be quick to jump to 45. First check, what's my following distance? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Okay, at 40 I got following distance. Cars are moving. Cars are continuing to increase their speed. So if I go up to 45, there. Now I check my following distance again. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So what I'm using is the shadow of the car ahead of me. When his shadow passes one of the marks, one of the white marks on the road, then I count when I reach that mark, that same mark, like right there, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. But I'm at 40 miles per hour. So if I were to increase my speed limit, my speed to the speed limit, 45 miles per hour, I would reduce my following distance. So don't just go the speed limit, maintain maintain a safe boundary distance. And again, if you're in the right lane, there's not an issue with you reducing your speed, so you're maintaining a safe boundary distance with the car ahead of you, because it allows traffic to move in your left lane, so you're not keeping flow of traffic. You're staying safe, and you're allowing other cars to travel around you. I had a student once who was driving really close, and this was on the freeway. They were driving really close to the cars that had to continue to scan. There's a pedestrian. There's a car moving into your lane. Make sure you don't get into his blind spot. He might be wanting to make a right turn and come in across, and you're end up being in his blind spot. So avoid doing that. Speed limit's 45. You have safe boundary distance, so that you can push your speed to 45. Pedestrian on the side. Check your mirrors. Drops down to 40 because there's a school up here. Valley. If you're a student and attend Moon Valley High School and like to do a live stream of how to navigate your commute to school safely, if you have a driving permit, ask your comment below. We can do a live stream picking you up from your home, commuting to your school, navigating that route safely. Moon Valley, any high school really. So I'm looking for students whose parents allow them, give them permission to do a live stream. I'll pick them up at home, either from school to do the drive home. If you have a after school job, we can pick you up, navigate to your work, live stream that, show everyone how to do that safely. So notice I'm in this lane. Again, you see the sign. This lane is going to merge. So I'm looking, checking traffic next to me. So the first thing I'm going to do once the light turns green is I'm going to judge how fast the car next to me accelerates. If I can accelerate to 40 and I notice that he's taking his time, I'm going to move in front of him. If he accelerates really fast, I'm going to put my turn signal when I'm halfway through the intersection, and then possibly just slide in behind him. So again, near the red light, be focused, continue to scan, continue to think of what your next move is going to be so you can do that as safely as possible. Keeping in mind that the cars behind you are also going to be merging, so you want to be checking your rearview mirror, and you want to be checking, make sure no one's in your blind spot hiding there, so you know exactly what cars you're looking for when you merge into traffic. So there we go. There's no one in front of me. I'm going to get up to 40. He's still back there. Check your blind spot just in case that other car moved into your blind spot while you're making a lane change. Good habit to get into. I always talk about checking your blind spot safely multiple times. It's amazing that the entire car could be hiding right next to you. You won't realize it. 40 miles per hour. Safe boundary distance. So I'm going to be getting on the freeway. Again, you want to plan accordingly. Here on Cactus, both these right lanes allow you to turn into the freeway. And you could see the sign from here up ahead on the right. So it shows that the right lane can turn right and this lane can go straight or turn. Some on-ramps only the far right lane could turn right. So again, you want to plan accordingly. Look at this guy. And he went all the way across. They have to merge. So green light, no car in front of me. I'll be able to make this right turn. And just stay in your lane. Don't cut too sharp. So even on the freeway, 65 miles per hour. Signal, always communicate with traffic. Continue to monitor your, when that guy's moving in, he's going to move fast, he's going to come over, and continue to now adjust where you're following this. There are multiple lanes. The best lane to travel in is the one over, so you check the blind spot, signal, move over, and then adjust your following distance, 1,000 to 1,000. You got about 2.5 seconds, so I'm just going to ease up a little more. Overpass casts a nice shadow, so you can definitely see right there, 1,000 to 1,000, 3,000. So now I can get back up to increasing my speed. Again, some students may not have anyone to practice with, so this is something you can practice as a passenger. Get good at checking the person driving if they have a safe on distance. Now, don't get on them. Chances are they don't. Everyone drives too close. Look at these cars around us. They're all driving way too close. The difference is, the car in front of you brakes, and you don't have a minimum 3-second following distance. That's why every morning on almost every commute, morning and evening, you will probably see a fender bender at least, or someone who got in a rear end collision. Why? They were following too close. So to me, it's worth it. Following at 3 seconds really gives me that extra time to react, to slow down, safely maneuver, brake before the car in front of you goes to sudden stop, right? Right? There, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now we got a big truck in front of us, and then you have this guy with a trailer. So you notice I having to keep my speed down a little more. And it's true, when you get more traffic, look at this amount of traffic entering the freeway, it's going to slow it down. But again, maintain your safe following distance, stay out of the way of the blind spot of that guy, and then make yourself visible, and then just readjust your speed once again to keep that same following distance, 1,000 to 1,000. So I got 2 seconds there, so I just ease up. And continue to monitor your ears. So yeah, if you don't have someone to practice with, this is something you can practice while being a passenger. Get good at seeing a reference point, noting when you change lanes and the cars in front of you, when you have other cars move into your lane, continue to practice and checking what is the following distance of the driver, and what would I do, what would I need to do to establish a 3-second following distance, drop your speed a little bit. And again, once you have such a big following distance, then you can just increase your speed. You don't want to be impeding the flow of traffic, but again, you want to maintain a 3-second following distance. This guy's even though we moved into our lane, dropped our following distance, but you can see he's accelerating. We're at 60 miles per hour, maintaining that same following distance. And then as he moves out, then we have even more safe following distance here. This guy's braking, cars are braking. So you always want to be aware of brake lights. It's opposite. And again, we have this trailer. So as a lot of traffic comes into the freeway, the cars in our right lane are moving into our lane, which is causing our lane to be a little slower. But just be aware, not being in one of these cars' blind spots, so that they don't move over, accelerate enough so that you're visible to them. And then watch this guy in case he's trying to come all the way across as well. Just hold back in case he came over. Safe, don't be in his blind spot. And then you have safe following distance. He's staying in his lane. Increase your speed to the speed limit. Or a little shy of the speed limit just to maintain your safe following distance. So if you know someone who has their driving permit and perhaps you're unable to provide as much practice as they need, share these videos with them. Like and subscribe, comment below. Then that way they can see what techniques to use to stay safe on the roads. Like today's highlight, today's focus is maintaining a safe following distance.